Hello, so I'm going to attempt to make a really fast, easy Kibbe test. I'm just doing this off the top of my head, so we'll see how it goes. Get a piece of paper and a pen or your phone, whatever you want to do. All you need to do is make a list somewhere. So you can just do it on one, but I'm going to do it differently here. So write the word dramatic, write the word soft dramatic, flamboyant, or just F natural, flamboyant natural, S natural or soft natural, dramatic classic, so just D classic, whatever you want to do, S classic or soft classic. Okay, angular romantic, I'll remember the name in a little bit. Romantic, flamboyant gamine, or just F gamine, gamine, soft gamine. So S gamine, dramatic. Instead of starting off by looking at your body, we are going to describe the types and eliminate. So you're not that type, if what I'm saying is not true about you. If you are not tall, over 5'6", get rid of dramatic. If you are not very angular in your bones, if your shoulders are wide, get rid of dramatic, you're not dramatic. If you have lush curves, get rid of dramatic. Right now we're not talking about the amount of flesh on your bones, we're talking about a large bust, large hips. If you have large hips and large bust, get rid of dramatic, you're not dramatic. If you're tall, if you don't have curves, keep dramatic, put it to the side, maybe you're dramatic. If you do not have curves, bust, hips, you can get rid of soft dramatic. If you are not tall, over 5'6", you can get rid of soft dramatic. If you are tall, if you have curves, if your shoulders are not wide, you can keep soft dramatic. Put it to the side, maybe you're soft dramatic. Flamboyant natural. If you do not have wide shoulders, you can get rid of flamboyant natural. If you have a large bust and large hips and a waist, you can get rid of flamboyant natural. If you are shorter than 5'6", you can get rid of flamboyant natural. If you are still confused, you can keep it, maybe you are. If you do not have some curves, a large bust, large hips, you can get rid of soft natural. If you do not have wide shoulders, you can get rid of soft natural. If you're still confused, you can keep it. Maybe you are. So we are going to do the classics, the classic types, all three at the same time. If you do not have even shoulders with your hips, you can get rid of all the classics. My shoulders go past my hips, so I'm not a classic. What people describe classics are an even body type, so like they do not have an overly pronounced waist. Their shoulders tend to be narrower, and their shoulders would be kind of in line. So I'm just going to give examples of these three types pictures to show you the difference, because it's a little hard to see. Honestly, it doesn't really matter that much, because the rules or style recommendations for the classic type tend to be similar within them, except for a few variations, and we can just get to that later. If you have a generally very even figure, like your bust line and your hip line, one of them is not pronounced over the other, you might be a classic. So if you are average height, keep classic. If you have what I just described, keep classic. If you are taller than 5'6", get rid of classic completely. If you have wide shoulders like I do, get rid of classic completely. If you have an overly luscious figure, get rid of classic completely. Romantics. If you do not have a very pronounced waist, get rid of romantics, both of them completely. If you do not have a lush bust line and hip line, get rid of both romantics completely. If you have very wide shoulders, more so than the rest of your body, get rid of both of them. If you are taller than 5'5", get rid of both of them. If you feel like you look best in the very feminine style, where like bodycon, just lush and like styles that kind of accentuate it, like sexy styles, keep this because you might be one of these. All right, Gamine. If you are, we're just gonna do all of them. If you are taller than 5'5", get rid of Gamine. You're not a Gamine. So I would say for soft Gamine, if you have a very pronounced feature, like your shoulders are wider and you're very short, and your bust is wider and you're very short, I feel like those are the easiest to pinpoint. If you have a very inverted triangle body shape and you have a very large bust and your legs are skinnier in comparison to, or just leaner or longer or whatever looking in comparison to your bust and shoulders, you are probably a soft Gamine if you are very short. The rules for both of them are very similar, and I hope that Kibbe can be something that is not something you follow very, very, very closely, but more just something to help you out, just tweaking slightly your personal style that you already have. And honestly, if something doesn't fall into what you're supposed to be wearing or what looks best on you, and you love it, by all means wear it. Like, the life is way too short to, oh man, I don't look my absolute best in this outfit, so I'm not gonna wear it. No, if you enjoy it, if it's a trend that you want to try out, just do it. If you hate it, don't do it again. But like, if you love it, who cares? Yeah, so this is just supposed to be like a jumping off point if you don't necessarily know a lot about clothes and fashion and your style. Honestly, you probably have like 2 or 3 left maybe, or you know exactly what you are, but I will go over style recommendations for the types in general.